What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. I have finally completed my Dark Knight Rises collection. Pending I may potentially get Infinity Studios Catwoman bust, but for right now, this is it. So hopefully you caught the video yesterday where I did the live unboxing of this guy, the Infinity Studios Joker bust. So this is a $4,000 life-size silicone half-torso bust. So, you know, it's one of the most expensive things you can buy right now are these half-torso busts from Infinity Studios. But one great way you can save some money is by going through, retailers. And the one I use for this is Comic Concepts. I will leave a link in the description below where you can still pre-order this. It is shipping very soon. We've already seen production photos. This is a production sample, so what you see is what you're going to get. And Comic Concepts had the best price among all the retailers I saw out there. They were $3,900 plus shipping. Shipping was like $200. So all in, it was like $4,100 for this. Through Sideshow, without shipping, $4,400. Shipping will be another $200 to $300. So you're looking at $4,600 from Sideshow. Comic Concepts, much cheaper. So it was a no-brainer to go with them. Plus, they have great customer service, great communication, so I highly recommend them. So big shout out and thanks to them. Now let's get onto the review of this bad boy right here, Joker bust. So as you see, I do have it all lit up. So the way the light up works, and I'll just show that real quickly. First, you have this bat symbol, which is really cool. And sort of just like empty inside. There's nothing really to see. You could see a few rebars inside and almost like torn wires to form that, like it's carved out of concrete. But you simply remove this piece right here, which does say ha ha ha. And it's a light, just like that. It takes 3 AAA batteries. And, it just goes in via magnet right there, like so. So this is the general look. And they did a great job with like this whole seam. It just looks like the concrete's broken. So I think they did a great job, and I like the whole ha 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 here on the base, and you do have it all throughout the base, which is great because, really resembles Heath Ledger's Joker. On the left side, you have the Why So Serious, and it looks like it's almost written in blood. So check that out. Very cool. And then it says The Dark Knight. You have this rock and rubble base, which looks great. And then the black sort of like sub under base, which I do like. It has it's almost a similar material actually to the J&D Harley, where it's almost, like a glossy type fine, material. And so this is a half torso bust. What does that mean? Well, really, it's sort of like belly button up and you get the full arms. Your traditional bust before Infinity Studios came out of the out of nowhere, was something like this, where it's just, like really kind of the just below the chest area, and then a little bit of shoulders, or sometimes no shoulders. So this is the traditional bust. And then Infinity Studios came out and started doing these guys, whereas you can see they're much bigger than your typical bust. They're usually about 32 plus, like 32 to 34 inches, sometimes 3 feet tall, where these busts are usually 28 to 30 inches. So you're getting additional height because it's going all the way down to the belly button instead of just like the lower chest. It's much wider as well because it has full shoulders and full arms. And it does, in general, cost more. Although the pricing of, all the Infinity busts, is really about $4,000, where Queen's prices as of late without arms is close to that price. You look at Doctor Strange, Tom Holland bust, Thor bust, they're all within like $100 to $200 of an Infinity bust, and it doesn't have arms. So in this room, you see I have 2 Infinity busts and then the Queen Wonder Woman. Next week, I should be getting Infinity Studios Wonder Woman bust. So when I get that, I will do if you guys want me to do another live video, comment below. Otherwise, I'll do an unboxing and a review, and then a comparison versus her. But I might do a live. Did you guys like the live yesterday? Let me know if you want more of that. So yeah, we'll get Infinity and compare that and see what's the better one. But this is now my 4th Infinity Studios silicone bust. So I have those 2, and I have Bruce Lee bust in the other room. And I currently have on pre-order the Harley Quinn bust. So, and I may consider Catwoman, just depends. So here, the Joker bust. Let's focus on this bad boy. On the back, his arm is to the side, which does help save on width space. You know, if they were to do his arm out holding the mask or something different, you know, like these guys, you know, see how wide it is having both arms out? This one is not quite as wide. Now, it's still quite a wide bust. It is 28 inches wide in total width with the shoulders. But this does create some depth. As you can see, if you are putting this inside a display case, you're going to need quite a bit of space to display that, you know, because of this arm and that arm. It's more depth heavy instead of width heavy. So for full dimensions, check out Comic Concepts website. But here is the Joker mask. So I believe this is just a very thin resin. It is quite light, but you don't want a heavy one. Because as heavy, it may not, you know, support it. You know, and I think the likeness to the bank robber mask is spot on. You know, is a better sculpt than the Queen mask. I do think the Queen paint app is better, but this is a better sculpt. This reminds me of the Joker bank robber mask more. But, you know, the Queen has more, like, battle damage and wear and tear. This does have some good, you know, like, shading, like, black and white, but all the, like, clown makeup is very, you know, it's not, you know, like this one. Look at that nose and the mouth where it has like the scuff marks there. This one's very clean. Now it still looks great, and like I said, the sculpt is better than Queen's. I'm happy to have both because this is displayed in the back. So having the Queen one there does allow me to view the Joker bank robber mask. Now I'm going to keep this on a Lazy Susan. I have a 15.5-inch Lazy Susan, which not only gives it a little bit extra height, but allows me to rotate it anytime I want to see that back part, which is, you know, really nice. So overall, I like the base quite a bit. I think overall, Infinity did a great job. I think the base is better than both their bases for sure. And Bruce Lee is much simpler. And I like Bruce Lee's base a lot, but I still think this has the edge. This really encompasses the whole Joker Dark Knight theme. I love, you know, the light up is pretty cool. You know, I don't like the fact I have to remove something, but I understand why they did it. But it's not a huge pain like, you know, the Queen Iron Mans are. But overall, I think the base is fantastic. Now, you do get this knife. Check this out. You know, it's a real... Now, this is PVC. Now, this is cool because it actually does bend like a real knife. So that's really cool. It's like a real, almost, you know, knife in essence. So it's not sharp. You can't use this to kill anyone, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. Now, you know, compare this to, example, the Prime 1, a 1/3. Now, Prime 1 doesn't have the Joker, why so serious? But yeah, I actually put my Prime 1 right there. I just think it looks kind of cool. You know, sort of like balancing it in the base. And then this one is the same aspect. Now, there is a hole right there. You basically can insert this. Now, he also can hold the knife, if you want, in the very back. However, I don't see the reason to have him hold the knife. I think it's much better displayed right there. So I don't ever plan to have him holding the knife. You know, I think it's better. The bank robber mask, I think that's pretty cool, like Easter egg in the back. Then we come to the tailoring. So there is a few color differences between this and the Prime 1. I will say that this is juicier. When I say juicier, I really mean like more vibrant. Like the purple's a little more vibrant. The green's a little bit more vibrant, you know, so just a little bit more vibrant looking. So I would say I probably like Infinity's color a little bit more than Prime 1's. Now, Prime 1 is still fantastic, and I'm literally about to watch the movie. I was just finishing up, I'm watching the whole trilogy today in celebration of getting this. So I'm going to pause the scene at the Joker to see what truly is accurate. But at the end of the day, they both look great, and they really complement each other, as you can see. And literally having like the exact same pose. But the fabric feels really nice. It's thick and it looks great. Yeah, it's, you know, way thicker than that, of course. And then you have a gray undershirt. There is this orange tone, you know, and again, it's more vibrant than the Prime 1. This is like a vibrant orange. You got the gray. Now, both the gray and this have an orange undershirt, just like Prime 1. Then you have this green one, which does, have like real pockets and all this. I actually did button this up. When it arrived to me, all this was unbuttoned, and I actually did button it up because that is how Prime 1 came. And I want it the exact same. So I buttoned both undershirts because he has like 3 layers, really. He has this main, almost like, looks like stars and squares shirt, and then he has a normal gray shirt, and then the blue. Man, he must feel so hot in that outfit. That's all I'm thinking. My goodness, it has to be so warm. Now there's the Prime 1 in comparison, and the tie, it looks like a full tie. I don't want to pull it out, but and this has like almost a more rough texture. This is very soft, almost velvety, where this is kind of rough. I would say overall the texture is fantastic, and I think they did a phenomenal job on the mixed media. I have no complaints there. Now let's check out the glove, or the hand. So he has almost like a buckle here. Now it is not silicone underneath. And this card, can come out. He's, and you could probably, if you wanted to get a different card, you could. But I like that card. I think it's sick looking, holding like a freaking severed head. I think it's really cool. And it does need to be about like that, which, yeah, it looks good. Here's the stitching on the fingers. I mean, it looks great. The glove has texture work. You can even see, yeah, that looks really good. Definitely better than Prime 1. As it should be, it is life size. So, yeah, arms look great. Definitely, life size, figure me wearing a glove. So, looks great. Then we come to the portrait, and I'll move this card for now. So the portrait is one of the most important things when it comes to a life-size bust, because at the end of the day, when you're looking at a statue, I would say, depending on the statue, but 99%, you're looking at that portrait. So portrait is the most important thing. Portrait, then, the concept, paint, detail, they have to nail the portrait. So the question is, did Infinity Studios nail that portrait to Heath Ledger? Now, you can even see behind it, there's literally a picture of Heath holding a Batman card. Those are actual cards inside there. I'd have to open that display case to get it out, but... So let's get a good look-see at this guy. Now, there is the Prime 1. I would say this face feels a little skinnier than that face. I think overall, though, it does look really good. I think the likeness is a good 90% to Heath Ledger. Joker has many different looks throughout the movie, but I think they did a phenomenal job in giving, even like his expression is sort of like, it's a good expression. His head is bent down a little. He's holding the card, it's almost like the scene when he, gave him the card and he's serious and almost jokester at the same time. I think the expression is great. Now, the actual details. So his full head is silicone. You can see actual skin tone, and then they applied the makeup. The scars look absolutely fantastic. Very realistic. Looks really good. And then his eyes have like the black, almost like mascara look. And it's, messy looking. The glass eyes, let's see, those are brown eyes, or yeah, brown eyes. They look great. That has hand-punched eyelashes and hand-punched eyebrows. And then, of course, the hand-punched hair. And let's check out that ear. Yeah, it looks good. It's the same silicone type as like Superman and Batman, which is a platinum silicone, which is advertised the last 20 to 30 years. I believe they always indicate 30 years, though. I mean, it looks like human skin that was painted and then applied the makeup paint. Some spots are heavier than others, like it's heavier right there versus right there. And then lots of forehead wrinkles. you know, based off that expression. I mean, it looks really freaking good. It definitely looks like a human that applied clown makeup. So I think they did a really good job. And you can see in the hair, there is the white makeup applied to the, you know, good, you know, 3/4 to almost an inch of hair also has that white makeup. Now the hair is a really good green color. I like it a lot. You know, better than the Prime 1 hair color. Again, all the colors on this I just think are better than that. Not to say that's bad by any means, but this being life size, I do expect better. So the hair definitely has like quite a bit of product in it, you know, some like hairspray to give it that look, but I think overall it looks great. You know, you feel it definitely has like probably gel or hairspray in it, which is a good thing. You want it to maintain the shape. You know, you have to use product really. So, you know, it's definitely super curly, good green, and the hair color has lots of different colors. You know, like you can tell there's brown, like right there, and then this is like a darker green, and then there's a few different shades of green as well. So, I mean, overall, the hair looks fantastic. Now, he is leaning his head a little down, as you can see. So, because of that, this is a piece you'll want to have displayed up high. You know, right now I have it on a 36-inch tall garage shelf. So 3 feet tall. In addition, he's on a 1-inch riser, making him really about 33 inches tall. And I still can't see him perfectly, I will say. I still think, you know, this is a piece that I would want maybe 40 inches high. I don't plan to raise this. I mean, I can still see it pretty darn good. But I would say that is about my angle when looking at it, right there. Which is fine. You can actually see the face a little bit better from this angle, where straight on, you want to like duck down a little bit to get that look. You know, if I'm like sitting in my chair, then I would see it absolutely perfect, which is something I like to do in this room anyways. You know, I sit in my chair, I look at my statues, so. Yeah, and the hair does dangle forward as well because of that whole leaning head forward. You know, which is fine. That's natural. Hair does that. It's gonna, if you're leaning forward, your hair's gonna lean forward. So it's a natural cause, but it doesn't bug me or look bad by any means. And overall, I think the hair looks great. Now, right now, there's, you know, one other high-end Heath Ledger bust that's actually released, which is the Queen's unlicensed one, which I was never a fan of that piece. I always thought it honestly was terrible. I didn't like anything about it. I thought the likeness was off. I didn't like, the base was probably the best thing about it, but the hair was horrible. Even the mixed media was terrible. Now Queen is making another bust, and it looks like they're doing the bank robber scene. Well, I mean the jail scene outfit. It's not like the purple coats. I think they don't want to compete against this guy. And theirs doesn't have arms either. It did look pretty good in their promotional pic. But I think at the end of the day, if you want the best possible, like premium high quality Heath Ledger bust, this is the one to get. You know, I don't think we'll see a better Heath Ledger bust for a long time. Queen's will probably be the second best. But for me, I want his traditional purple coat outfit. I like the half torso. It's, you know, definitely adds a lot. And these half torso busts have a ton of presence, which is really freaking awesome. You know, definitely is very impressive in person. So I'm definitely a huge fan of this piece, and I think it's amazing. Now, overall, I'd give this a 10 out of 10. It's definitely a Ledger Grail, and definitely never going to leave my collection. The question just begs, do we ever get Catwoman busts? You know, I'm trying to declutter this room. As you'll see, I removed this shelf. So I'm not trying to add too many more pieces, because when you just add too many, then you don't know what to look at. You can't walk around. You can't see stuff good. So I want the display to look clean and good. So I think this display does that. And plus, I'm very happy with J&D Catwoman. So I think this will be it for my Dark Knight setup. You actually can't see the Joker mask from this angle, by the way. Just here where... Yeah, overall, 10 out of 10 piece. Another Grail landed in the Flank Cave, so very, very happy. So, like I said, I got Infinity Studios' Wonder Woman bust that will be arriving in a week or so. So let me know if you want me to do a live unboxing. Most likely I will. and then we'll do a review, and then we'll do a comparison versus Queen. So I'll do 3 videos out of that Wonder Woman. Now, once I get that Wonder Woman, I'm likely will sell my Queen due to space. We'll see once I get it, but I'll likely sell Queen. So, we'll get to that when that time comes. I also have Infinity Studios' Berserker Predator. He just shipped. He'll arrive in a few days. And we should probably get Jon Snow next week. So likely 3 statues next week. In addition, we got Infinity Studios' Perfect Cell I just paid for, so that will ship. And KD Cell and Gohan, that's already shipped. So lots of great stuff coming to the channel. So make sure you've, hit that subscribe button, bell notification, and like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.